Nobody cares about you. I know this sounds harsh, but it's the truth. The world is busy and everyone is focused on their own lives, their own problems, their own dreams. If you're waiting for someone to come and save you, it won't happen. No one is going to wake up one day and decide to make your life better. That responsibility is entirely yours. When I started Alibaba, nobody believed in me. They said I was crazy. They said I didn't know anything about technology or business. And you know what? They were right. I didn't have the skills, I didn't have the resources, and I didn't have the connections. But I had one thing: I believed in myself. If you sit around complaining about how hard life is or how unfair the world can be, nothing will change. Complaining won't bring you results. Action will. Use rejection as motivation. Use failure as a teacher. Nobody cared about me when I failed, so I decided to learn from every mistake. When you focus on improving yourself, on taking action, that's when people start to notice. That's when the world begins to care. Life is tough, and you will face endless challenges, but challenges are opportunities in disguise. If you think nobody cares about your problems, you're absolutely right. But that's your advantage. You can approach life with no expectations and no entitlement, which means you can focus 100% on growing, building, and proving yourself. Remember, success is never achieved alone. You need a team, but you have to inspire them. Nobody is going to join you just because you want it. They need to see your determination, your hard work, your belief in your vision. When they see that, they'll care not because they feel sorry for you, but because they believe in what you're building. Finally, stay humble. When success comes, don't forget where you started. Keep learning, keep adapting, and stay hungry. The world may not care about you at the beginning, but if you keep showing up, if you keep delivering value, the world will start to care. And when that happens, make sure you use your success to make a difference for others. Because at the end of the day, true success is not about proving others wrong. It's about making the world a better place. Success begins the moment you decide to take full responsibility for your life. It's not about luck, circumstances, or the actions of others. It's about looking in the mirror and acknowledging that you are the one who determines your path forward. This is not an easy truth to accept because it means there are no excuses left. You can't blame your parents, your boss, the economy, or your lack of opportunities. Once you accept responsibility, you take back your power, and that's where success starts. When I was a young teacher in Hangzhou, my life was far from ideal. I wasn't well connected, I didn't have much money, and I faced countless rejections. I applied for jobs and was turned down. I applied to Harvard 10 times and was rejected every single time. It was easy to feel bitter and blame others for my lack of progress. But deep down, I realized that the only person who could change my life was me. Waiting for someone to recognize my potential wasn't going to work. Complaining about how unfair life was wouldn't change anything. What I had to do was take control of the situation and figure out how to improve myself, how to adapt, and how to create opportunities where none existed. Accepting personal responsibility is not about punishing yourself for failures. It's about owning them and learning from them. When you take responsibility, you stop seeing failure as something inflicted upon you by the outside world and start seeing it as a lesson. Failure becomes a valuable teacher when you take responsibility for it. You begin to ask the right questions. What could I have done differently? How can I improve next time? What can I learn from this experience? These questions don't just lead to answers, they lead to growth. The most successful people in the world are not those who never fail, they are the ones who learn from every failure and use it as a stepping stone to reach greater heights. Taking responsibility also means being honest with yourself. It's tempting to look for shortcuts or blame external factors when things don't go your way. But deep down, you know the truth. You know when you've put in the work and when you haven't. You know when you've given your best and when you've fallen short. Being honest with yourself is one of the hardest yet most liberating things you can do. When you own up to your weaknesses, you gain the power to overcome them. When you acknowledge your strengths, you gain the confidence to use them effectively. Many people think success is about talent, but I don't believe that. I've seen incredibly talented people fail because they didn't take responsibility for their actions. Talent can take you far, but it is discipline, consistency, and accountability that sustain success. When you take responsibility, you commit to showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. You commit to doing the hard work, even when no one is watching. That consistency builds trust with yourself, with your team, and with the people you serve. Taking responsibility is not just about you, it's also about how you lead others. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a manager, or a member of a team, people are watching how you respond to challenges. If you blame others when things go wrong, you lose their respect. But if you take ownership, if you admit your mistakes and work to fix them, you inspire others to do the same. Leadership is not about being perfect, it's about being accountable. When your team sees that you are willing to take responsibility, they will be more willing to follow your lead and take responsibility themselves. One of the most powerful aspects of accepting personal responsibility is the sense of control it gives you. When you blame others or external circumstances, you feel helpless because you're waiting for something outside of you to change. But when you take responsibility, you realize that you have the power to change your situation. You may not be able to control everything, but you can control your attitude, your actions, and your effort. This sense of control is incredibly empowering. It allows you to focus on what you can do instead of worrying about what you can't. Success doesn't happen overnight, and it's not a straight path. It's a journey filled with challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But when you take responsibility, you become resilient. You understand that setbacks are temporary and that you have the power to overcome them. You stop wasting energy on excuses and start channeling it into solutions. You develop the mindset of a problem solver, and that mindset is what sets successful people apart. Ultimately, success is not just about achieving your goals, it's about becoming the kind of person who can achieve those goals. When you take responsibility, you grow in ways you never thought possible. You become more disciplined, more resourceful, and more determined. You stop looking for validation from others because you know that your worth comes from within. You stop waiting for opportunities to come to you and start creating them for yourself. In the end, success is not something that happens to you, it's something you create. And it all starts with a decision to take responsibility for your life, your choices, and your future. That decision is the foundation of everything that follows. It's the moment you stop being a victim of your circumstances and start being the creator of your destiny. And when you make that decision, you'll realize that there's nothing you can't achieve. Complaining changes nothing, action changes everything. It's a simple truth, yet one that many people overlook. When life gets tough, the first instinct for most is to complain. They grumble about the unfairness of the situation, criticize the circumstances, or blame others for their misfortunes. But what does complaining achieve? Nothing. It doesn't solve the problem, it doesn't make the situation better, and it certainly doesn't bring success. In fact, complaining is often a distraction, a way of avoiding the real work needed to create change. Let me share a story from my own journey. When I was starting Alibaba, the obstacles seemed endless. We had no money, no technology, and no significant support. There were so many reasons to complain. I could have spent my time lamenting how hard it was to build a business in China back then, or how little people believed in me. But what good would that have done? Every minute spent complaining would have been a minute wasted. Instead, I used that energy to focus on what I could control, taking action. The problem with complaining is that it traps you in a cycle of negativity. It reinforces a victim mentality where you believe the world is against you and there's nothing you can do about it. This mindset not only drains your energy, but also blinds you to opportunities. When you're too busy complaining, you fail to see the solutions that might be right in front of you. Complaining shifts your focus to the problem rather than the possibilities. But action changes everything because it puts the power back in your hands. Action doesn't mean waiting for the perfect moment. There's no such thing as the perfect moment. If you're waiting for all the stars to align before you act, you'll be waiting forever. Action means doing what you can with what you have where you are. It's about taking small steps forward, even when the road ahead is unclear. When I started Alibaba, I didn't have all the answers. In fact, I had more questions than answers. But I knew that if I waited until I had everything figured out, I'd never start. So I acted. I made calls, I met with people, and I tried things. Some of those actions failed, but each failure taught me something valuable. Complaining gives the illusion of doing something when, in reality, it accomplishes nothing. Action, on the other hand, sets things in motion. Even small actions can lead to big changes. Think about planting a seed. You don't see immediate results. The seed doesn't sprout into a tree overnight. But the act of planting it starts a process. You water it, nurture it, and over time, it grows. Success works the same way. Every action you take, no matter how small, is a step toward growth. Complaining, by contrast, is like staring at the soil and lamenting that there's no tree. It's pointless unless you're willing to plant the seed. One of the biggest lessons I've learned is that problems are opportunities in disguise. If you spend all your time complaining about a problem, you miss the chance to turn it into an opportunity. Take rejection, for example. I was rejected from so many jobs that I lost count. Each rejection hurt, but instead of complaining, I used it as motivation. I asked myself, what can I learn from this? How can I improve eventually? Those lessons became the foundation of my success. If I had wasted time complaining about rejection, I would have missed the chance to grow. Taking action also builds confidence. When you complain, you reinforce a sense of helplessness. You tell yourself there's nothing I can do, but when you take action, even small steps, you prove to yourself that you're capable of change. This creates momentum. The more you act, the more confident you become, and the more confident you become, the more willing you are to take risks. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build through action. Another reason action is so powerful is that it inspires others. Nobody wants to follow a complainer. People are drawn to those who take initiative and show resilience. When you take action, you set an example. You show others that it's possible to overcome challenges no matter how big they seem. This is especially important if you're a leader. A leader who complains loses the respect of their team. But a leader who takes action, who rolls up their sleeves and tackles problems head on, earns loyalty and trust. It's important to understand that action doesn't guarantee success, but inaction guarantees failure. You might take a step and stumble. That's okay. Failure is part of the process. What matters is that you keep moving. Every successful person has faced setbacks, but they didn't let those setbacks stop them. They acted, they adjusted, and they tried again. Complaining would have kept them stuck in place, but action propelled them forward. The truth is, life isn't always fair. You will face challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But how you respond to those moments defines your future. Complaining changes nothing because it focuses on the problem. Action changes everything because it focuses on the solution. When you choose action over complaints, you take control of your destiny. You stop being a victim of circumstances and start being the creator of your own success. So the next time you feel the urge to complain, pause and ask yourself, what can I do about this? Shift your energy from complaining to taking action. It doesn't have to be a big action. Start small if you need to. Just start, because every action, no matter how small, is a step toward a better future. And when you make that shift, you'll discover that you have far more power to change your life than you ever imagined. The world doesn't owe you anything. Earn your place. This is one of the most sobering truths about life, and one that many people struggle to accept. In a world that can often seem unfair, it's tempting to believe that we're entitled to success, happiness, or recognition simply because we exist. But the harsh reality is that the world is not designed to hand you anything on a silver platter. If you want something, you have to work for it. You have to prove yourself not to the world, but to yourself first. You have to earn your place, and that requires effort, resilience, and an unshakable belief in your own potential. When I started Alibaba, I didn't come from wealth or have powerful connections. In fact, I faced rejection after rejection. If I had believed the world owed me a chance, I would have been crushed under the weight of my own expectations. But I knew that the world wasn't going to make room for me just because I wanted it to. I had to carve out my own space. I had to show the world why I deserved to be here. This mindset wasn't easy to adopt, but it was necessary. It taught me that entitlement is the enemy of progress, and the only way forward is through hard work and determination. Many people spend their lives waiting for the world to recognize their potential. They think, if only someone would give me a chance, I could prove myself, but the truth is, nobody is sitting around waiting to discover you. The world is busy. People are focused on their own lives, their own challenges, and their own dreams. If you want to be noticed, you have to make yourself visible. You have to take initiative, create opportunities, and demonstrate your value. No one owes you recognition, but you can earn it by consistently showing up and delivering results. Earning your place means embracing challenges instead of avoiding them. Life is full of obstacles, and it's easy to feel like the odds are stacked against you. But every obstacle is an opportunity to prove yourself. When you face a challenge head on and overcome it, you grow stronger. You build the skills, confidence, and resilience needed to succeed. If you shy away from difficulties, you miss the chance to develop these qualities. The world doesn't owe you an easy path, it owes you nothing. But if you work through the difficulties, you'll find that you've earned not just your place, but also your growth. Another important aspect of earning your place is understanding that success is not a gift, it's an exchange. The world gives to those who give something in return. If you want to be successful in business, you have to offer value to your customers. If you want to be a leader, you have to serve your team. Success is never about what you can take, it's about what you can contribute. The more value you provide, the more opportunities you'll create for yourself. But you can't expect the world to reward you for simply showing up. You have to go above and beyond. You have to deliver more than what's expected. Earning your place also means taking full responsibility for your actions. It's easy to blame others when things don't go your way. You might think the system is unfair or I didn't get the resources I needed. But the moment you start blaming external factors, you lose control over your life. Taking responsibility means acknowledging that while the world may not owe you anything, you owe it to yourself to try, to learn, and to grow. This mindset is empowering because it puts the power back in your hands. It shifts the focus from what you don't have to what you can do with what you have. The idea that the world doesn't owe you anything can feel harsh, but it's also free. Once you stop expecting the world to hand you success, you start looking for ways to create it. You become proactive, resourceful, and determined. You realize that your destiny is not determined by what others do for you, but by what you do for yourself. This realization is the foundation of true independence and self-worth. When you earn your place, the rewards are far greater than anything you could have been given. Why? Because when you earn something, you appreciate it more. You know the effort, sacrifice, and perseverance it took to get there. This sense of accomplishment is deeply fulfilling. It gives you confidence in your abilities and a greater appreciation for the journey. On the other hand, when something is handed to you, it's easy to take it for granted. It doesn't carry the same weight or meaning because you didn't work for it. Earning your place is not a one-time event, it's a lifelong commitment. Even after you've achieved a certain level of success, you have to keep proving yourself. You have to keep learning, growing, and contributing. The moment you become complacent, You risk losing the place you work so hard to earn. This is why humility and a willingness to adapt are so important. Success is not a destination, it's a continuous process of earning and re-earning your place in the world. Ultimately, the fact that the world doesn't owe you anything is not a curse, it's an opportunity. It's an invitation to take control of your life and create something meaningful. It's a chance to prove to yourself that you are capable of achieving greatness, not because someone gave it to you, but because you earned it. So stop waiting for the world to make room for you. Start taking action, embracing challenges, and delivering value. The world may not owe you a place, but if you work for it, you'll find that there's a place for you, after all, a place you've earned through your own effort and determination. Challenges are a part of life that no one can escape. They come in many forms: failure, rejection, setbacks, and obstacles. While many people see challenges as roadblocks, the truth is that they are opportunities in disguise. They are the fuel that can drive you to grow, learn, and ultimately prove yourself. How you respond to challenges defines who you are and how far you can go in life. Instead of fearing challenges or running away from them, embrace them. Use them as stepping stones to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. When I was younger, I faced rejection so many times that it almost became routine. I was rejected from jobs, rejected by investors, and even rejected from schools. At one point, I applied to 30 jobs and didn't get a single offer, not even from KFC. It was disheartening, and it would have been easy to give up. But I realized that every rejection was teaching me something. It was showing me where I needed to improve and forcing me to think creatively about how to move forward. Challenges like these weren't just obstacles, they were opportunities for growth. If I hadn't faced those rejections, I wouldn't have developed the determination and creativity that later helped me build Alibaba. Challenges push you out of your comfort zone. And that's where real growth happens. When everything is easy and predictable, you're not motivated to stretch yourself or try new things. But when you face a challenge, you're forced to adapt, learn, and innovate. Think about it like this: muscles only grow stronger when they're put under stress. Similarly, your character, skills, and mindset only grow stronger when you face and overcome challenges. Each challenge you face is like a weight you're lifting. The more you lift, the stronger you become. Challenges also reveal your true potential. Often we don't realize what we're capable of until we're forced to rise to the occasion. When everything is going smoothly, it's easy to underestimate your own strength and resilience. But when a challenge arises and you push through it, you prove to yourself that you can handle more than you thought. This builds confidence and prepares you for even bigger challenges in the future. Success isn't about avoiding difficulties, it's about facing them head-on and showing yourself in the world what you're made of. Another powerful thing about challenges is that they teach you invaluable lessons. Every setback carries a lesson if you're willing to look for it. When something doesn't go as planned, instead of dwelling on the failure, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What can I do differently next time? Challenges teach you how to think critically, how to solve problems, and how to persevere in the face of adversity. These are lessons you can learn from a textbook or a lecture. They come from experience, and the more challenges you face, the more experienced and capable you become. Using challenges as fuel also means shifting your mindset. Instead of seeing challenges as problems, see them as opportunities. This shift in perspective is powerful. When you see challenges as opportunities to grow, you approach them with curiosity and determination rather than fear and frustration. You start to ask questions like, how can I use this situation to improve myself? What skills can I develop? How can I turn this challenge into a stepping stone for my goals? This proactive mindset transforms challenges from obstacles into catalysts for success. Challenges also help you build resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward. It's one of the most important qualities for success, and is something you develop by facing and overcoming challenges. Each time you overcome a challenge, you prove to yourself that you can handle adversity. This creates a sense of inner strength and stability that carries you through future difficulties. Resilience is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. And the stronger it becomes, the more capable you are of handling whatever life throws at you. When you use challenges as fuel, you also inspire others. People are drawn to those who can face difficulties with courage and determination. When you overcome challenges, you set an example for others, showing them that it's possible to succeed even in tough circumstances. This is especially important if you're in a leadership role. As a leader, your response to challenges sets the tone for your team. If you face challenges with a positive attitude and a commitment to growth, your team will be more likely to do the same. It's important to remember that challenges are not permanent. They are temporary hurdles that test your resolve and your willingness to persevere. When you're in the middle of a tough situation, it can feel like it will last forever. But the truth is, challenges come and go. What lasts is the growth and strength you gain from overcoming them. Each challenge you face and conquer becomes a part of your story, a story of resilience, determination, and success. Ultimately, challenges are a gift. They may not feel like it in the moment, but they are what shape you into the person you're meant to be. They force you to grow, to adapt, and to strive for more. They help you prove to yourself that you are capable of achieving great things, no matter how difficult the journey. So the next time you face a challenge, don't see it as a reason to give up. See it as an opportunity to rise, to grow, and to prove yourself not to anyone else, but to yourself. Because when you use challenges as fuel, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Building a team that believes in your vision is one of the most crucial aspects of achieving success, whether in business, sports, or any collaborative effort. A powerful vision is the foundation, but the people who bring it to life determine its ultimate success or failure. No matter how brilliant your ideas are, they will remain just ideas unless you surround yourself with a team that shares your belief, passion, and commitment to make that vision a reality. Building such a team requires clarity, trust, communication, and leadership. The first step to building a team that believes in your vision is to define the vision clearly. People are not drawn to vague or ambiguous goals. They are inspired by a clear and compelling purpose. Your vision needs to be more than a set of objectives. It has to be a story, a dream, a future that your team can visualize and emotionally connect with. When I started Alibaba, I had a vision to build an e-commerce platform that would empower small businesses, especially in China, to compete on a global scale. It wasn't just about creating a website or making money. It was about leveling the playing field and creating opportunities. This clarity of purpose attracted people who resonated with that dream and were eager to be part of it. A shared vision is only powerful if the team believes in it, and belief comes from trust. To build trust, you need to demonstrate authenticity and consistency in your actions and words. People follow leaders who are genuine, who show that they are as committed to the vision as they expect their team to be. If you talk about a vision but don't take the necessary steps to move toward it, your team will see through the inconsistency. Leaders must be the first to demonstrate commitment, sacrifice, and determination. When your team sees that you truly believe in the vision, they are more likely to believe in it too. Communication is another cornerstone of building a team that believes in your vision. It's not enough to articulate your vision once and expect everyone to stay motivated indefinitely. You must continuously communicate the vision, reminding your team why it matters and how their contributions are making a difference. Communication also involves listening, creating an environment where team members feel heard and valued. When people feel that their ideas and feedback are respected, they are more likely to align themselves with the larger purpose. Building the right team also means choosing people who align with your vision and values from the start. Skills and experience are important, but attitude and cultural fit are often even more critical. People who share your values and are passionate about the vision will go above and beyond to contribute, even in challenging times. On the other hand, individuals who are merely skilled but lack alignment with the vision may struggle to stay engaged or may even detract from the team's overall cohesion. Once you've assembled a team that aligns with your vision, the next step is to empower them. A vision-driven team doesn't just follow orders, they take ownership of their roles and responsibilities. Empowerment means giving people the autonomy to make decisions, encouraging them to take risks, and supporting them when they face setbacks. It's about creating an environment where people feel trusted and capable. When team members are empowered, they don't just work toward the vision, they become champions of it. A critical part of building belief in your vision is celebrating progress and milestones. Big visions take time to achieve, and the journey can be long and demanding. Recognizing achievements along the way keeps the team motivated and reinforces the idea that their efforts are making a difference. Celebration isn't just about recognition, it's about reinforcing the shared purpose and reminding everyone of what they are working toward. Whether it's a small win or a major breakthrough, take the time to acknowledge the team's contributions and connect them back to the larger vision. Adversity is inevitable, and how you and your team respond to it will determine whether the belief in your vision remains strong. Challenges can either fracture a team or bring it closer together. As a leader, it's your responsibility to be a source of stability and optimism during tough times. You need to remind your team of the vision, refocus their energy, and guide them through the storm. When people see that their leader remains unwavering in the face of challenges, they draw strength from that resilience and are more likely to stay committed. Leadership also involves fostering a sense of shared ownership. A vision isn't about one person, it's about the collective effort of the entire team. When team members feel like they are co-creators of the vision rather than mere participants, their level of engagement and commitment increases exponentially. Involve your team in decision-making processes, encourage them to contribute ideas, and let them see how their individual efforts contribute to the bigger picture. Finally, building a team that believes in your vision requires patience and perseverance. People don't automatically buy into a vision the moment they hear it. Belief grows over time, nurtured by consistent leadership, clear communication, and tangible progress. It's a gradual process, but once your team is fully aligned and committed, the results can be extraordinary. A team that believes in the vision is not just a group of people working together, it's a force capable of overcoming any obstacle and achieving greatness. In the end, a vision is only as strong as the team that supports it. Building a team that believes in your vision is about more than just hiring the right people. It's about inspiring them, empowering them, and leading them with authenticity and purpose. When you create a team that shares your dream and works together to make it a reality, you achieve something far greater than individual success. You create a legacy that endures. Stay humble, stay hungry, and keep learning. These are the guiding principles that pave the way for personal and professional success. They are more than just words. They represent a mindset that keeps you grounded, driven, and open to growth. In a world that constantly changes, these qualities are not just helpful but essential for navigating life's challenges, seizing opportunities, and achieving meaningful accomplishments. Humility is the foundation of all great achievements. It keeps you grounded no matter how far you go or how much success you achieve. When you stay humble, you remain open to feedback, willing to learn from others, and aware of your own limitations. Too often, people let success inflate their egos, believing they have all the answers or that they no longer need to improve. This kind of arrogance is dangerous. It blinds you to your flaws, makes you resistant to change, and ultimately limits your potential. Humility, on the other hand, keeps you in a state of constant learning and self-awareness. It allows you to recognize that there is always room to grow, no matter how successful you become. Being humble doesn't mean undervaluing yourself or your achievements. It means recognizing that success is rarely a solo effort. It's about acknowledging the contributions of others whether they are teammates, mentors, family, or even the people who challenge you. Humility helps you build stronger relationships because it fosters respect and trust. People are more likely to support and collaborate with someone who is humble than someone who is arrogant or self-centered. In this way, humility not only benefits your personal growth, but also strengthens the bonds that help you succeed. While humility keeps you grounded, hunger keeps you moving forward. Staying hungry means maintaining a relentless drive to achieve your goals, no matter how much you've already accomplished. Hunger is the fuel that pushes you to strive for more, to take risks, and to step out of your comfort zone. It's what keeps you from becoming complacent or settling for mediocrity. Complacency is the enemy of progress. It lulls you into thinking that you've done enough, that you've reached your peak. But when you stay hungry, you're always looking for the next challenge, the next opportunity to grow, and the next level of success. Hunger is not just about ambition, it's about passion. It's the fire that keeps you excited about your work and committed to your vision. When you're hungry, you don't see obstacles as barriers, you see them as stepping stones. You approach setbacks with determination rather than defeat, knowing that every challenge is an opportunity to prove yourself and improve yourself. Hunger gives you the resilience to keep going, even when the journey is tough. It's the difference between those who give up at the first sign of difficulty and those who push through and achieve greatness. To stay hungry, you need to cultivate a mindset of curiosity and wonder. Never stop asking questions or seeking out new experiences. The world is full of possibilities, and there's always something new to learn or achieve. Hunger is not just about external accomplishments, it's also about personal growth. It's about becoming the best version of yourself and realizing your full potential. This kind of hunger is sustainable because it's driven by a deep sense of purpose and a genuine desire to make a difference. Learning ties humility and hunger together. The world is constantly evolving, and those who stop learning quickly fall behind. Staying humble ensures that you're open to learning, while staying hungry gives you the motivation to seek out new knowledge and skills. Lifelong learning is not just about formal education, it's about being curious, adaptable, and willing to embrace change. It's about learning from every experience, whether it's a success, a failure, or a conversation with someone new. Learning also requires courage. It takes courage to admit that you don't know everything, to ask for help, and to step into the unknown. But the rewards are worth it. Every new skill you acquire, every new perspective you gain, adds to your ability to navigate the complexities of life and achieve your goals. Learning keeps you relevant in a rapidly changing world. It ensures that you're always growing, always improving, and always ready for the next challenge. One of the most important aspects of learning is learning from failure. Failure is inevitable, but it's also one of the most powerful teachers. When you fail, you have a choice. You can either let it defeat you, or you can use it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Staying humble helps you accept failure without letting it damage your self-worth, and staying hungry motivates you to get back up and try again. When you approach failure with a learning mindset, it becomes a stepping stone to success. The combination of humility, hunger, and learning creates a cycle of continuous improvement. Humility keeps you open to feedback and aware of your need for growth. Hunger drives you to take action and pursue new opportunities. Learning ensures that you're always evolving and adapting. Together, these qualities create a powerful mindset that can help you achieve anything you set your mind to. In the end, staying humble, staying hungry, and keeping learning is not just about achieving success, it's about living a fulfilling and meaningful life. It's about constantly challenging yourself, growing as a person, and making a positive impact on the world around you. Success is not a destination, it's a journey. And the key to enjoying that journey is to remain grounded, driven, and curious. No matter where you are in life, remember that there is always more to learn, more to achieve, and more ways to contribute. Stay humble, stay hungry, and keep learning, and the possibilities will be endless.